Premier League is back. Manchester United versus Chelsea. We need 3 points. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Like, we need 3 points. We need 3 points. And you see all these stats coming out before the game, just adding that pressure onto Ruben Amorim. We haven't lost at Old Trafford against Chelsea in 12 years, since 2013 when we last won the league. So things like this, if we lose, you know, the pressure is mounting and mounting. And Ruben Amorim came out in the press conference and said, he made a little joke about Jim Ratcliffe offering him a new contract. And he said that their meeting was about Jim Ratcliffe just saying that, it's a long project and that he's still got his support and things like this. So I think there's a bit of a disparity there where maybe some people think Ruben Amorim's literally on the thin, start again, the thinnest of ice, but maybe behind closed doors he's just cozy, cozy as cozy as can be, like, because that's the way he comes off in these press conferences, that he is cozy. But you know how these things go. Football is fickle and people are fickle. So if the bad results keep continuing, he could be losing his job. And I do think, I mean, for myself, in terms of being Ruben Amorim out, I'm definitely not Ruben Amorim in, but I just don't see the. For me, the season's written off already. Like, yeah, cool that we're in the FA Cup, but season's kind of written off already. So for me, it's like if we sack him now, if we sack him in a month, if we sack him in January, like I don't think it will make the biggest of differences. So where he's changed so much at the club, made such big decisions, I kind of want to see him. All right, let me see what you were gonna do then. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, do I have faith that things are really gonna change with the stubbornness that Ruben Amorim is presenting? Probably not. But hey, what can I do, man? What can I do? But the team news, he's saying that Cunha and Mount are back in the squad. Whether they're back to start, we will find out. But knowing Amorim and the way he relies on these players, who knows, maybe he will rush them back into the first 11. Um, I'd, I want to do team news and do a predicted starting 11, but this guy always disappoints me with the starting 11. He's always playing. It's like there's one thing about the system, but it just seems to me that even in this system, he's just playing our players in the wrong positions where they really shouldn't be playing, where they're not at their best, and that really showed against in the Manchester derby when you're playing Amad Diallo for the first time in his life at LAM, the left attacking midfielder, and you think this is the time to be doing something like that, and it's just little things like that that it's just really, really frustrating. So, I mean, Cunha and Mount are back. I expect to see, of course, Burma in the team. Will we start with a striker? Will Sesko start again? Will Xerxes get a start once in his life? Who knows? Who knows? Will Bruno still be playing in that 8 in one of the two with Casemiro? Or it's so sad that I can't even suggest Kobe because I know he's on the bench, which is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And one thing I will say, I'll say it now. If Kobe is out of this club, I'm Amram out. I'm Kobe over Amram. There's under no circumstance am I choosing Amram over, like, I'm not backing Amram to get to mistreat Kobe like this and to get Kobe out of the club. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, and the back three, Luke Shaw hasn't been playing well. To be fair, he hasn't been playing well since he came back from injury at the end of last season. And the last couple of games, including the Europa League final, he hasn't played well. So will Luke Shaw start again? I'll prefer to see Heaven there, to be honest with you, in LCB. I'll prefer to see Heaven there. Um, Obviously the win backs. Who knows? who knows? Who knows? But listen, that's who's coming back in our team this weekend. We'll see what the lineup is. Um, Alejandro Garnacho returns to Old Trafford. Alejandro Garnacho returns to Old Trafford, and it's going to be so bittersweet. It's going to be so bittersweet seeing him in there. I hope he doesn't get any boos. I hope he doesn't get any bad treatment because I just don't think he deserves that. Yeah, of course, his discipline at some times in terms of, professionalism can be questioned with like the likes of the things that happen with his brother and social media and stuff. But Alejandro Garnacho loves Manchester United. You could see that in any interview that he did about Man United. You could see it just the way he was and the way he acted when he was at our club in terms of being on the pitch, giving his all for Man United at all times. Even when he got exiled from the squad with Marcus Rashford in the Manchester City tie last season at the Etihad. After that, he put his head down and worked. He put his head down and worked. And honestly, uh, I'm just quite sad about how this has all ended out. Seeing him, the fact is, I have no animosity towards Chelsea. They're not one of my ops, so Garnacho going to Chelsea isn't a big deal for me. But it's just a shame. I genuinely thought like he would be wearing the number 7 at my club one day, and he will be at my club for a very, very long time. So to see him back at Old Trafford in another shirt is gonna hurt. But hey, of course, I don't want him to do well this game. I don't want Chelsea to do well. I really hope we have a win. I hope we have a convincing win, especially Chelsea on the back of the midweek loss to Bayern Munich. Are they going to be fatigued? Can we capitalize on that? Everyone's saying we've got one game a week, but that should benefit us, but can't even seem to get the first 11 right. Um, but yeah, will we? I hope we have a dominant performance. But in terms of Alejandro Garnacho, I really do hope that in the future of his career, after this game, he does very, very well. I really, really do. He's a terrific player, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do believe he will be Chelsea's best winger um, over the course of the season if he breaks into the first team and cements his place in that first team, which I think he will. I think he will. And Maresca did say in his press conference that he is ready to start, and I do think Maresca is going to play on the heartstrings of Garnacho. Garnacho, you can see he's an emotional player, so I think even Garnacho's got that mentality of he's always trying to prove people wrong. And I do think that he will start today and he will put in his best performance to prove Ruben Amorim wrong. Um, so don't be surprised if Garnacho has the game of his life. I won't be, but I hope he doesn't just today. Just today, Alejandro, all right? You're my guy still, you're my guy, but just not today, all right? But it will be the huge storyline, the big storyline of the day, Garnacho back at Old Trafford. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Ruben Amorim, the pressure is mounting, bruh. It's mounting. Excuse the pun, but we'll see. Obviously, Mount returning back. Well, I mean, Mount's played against Chelsea before, I believe so. But can Mount do something against his former club? We'll see. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I can only honestly, I really don't know what to expect. So I will be locked in at 5:30 p.m. today. What are your predictions for the game? What do you think is going to happen? Our previous fixtures with Chelsea, typically we always have tight games with Chelsea, other than the 4-3 game where Palmer scored in the last minute, which was just, uh, honestly, it was a mess that game. And then there was another game, maybe a couple years back where we beat them 4-1. I don't know if that was in the league, but other than that, like Man United Chelsea games are always 0-0, 1-1. If someone wins, it's probably 2-1, 1-0. That's how it normally goes. So we'll see how today is in contrast. We'll see how it is today in contrast. Moving on, let's talk about Liverpool versus Everton, the Merseyside derby. Isak, will he get his Premier League debut? I thought he was going to get his Premier League debut against Burnley. I've captained him on FPL, but he didn't even play. He did make his Champions League debut midweek. Not the best of games, but you know they will put that down to fitness. They will put that down to fitness with him training alone during the summer. But listen, if there's any game to announce yourself, it is this game against Everton in the Merseyside derby. Um, it will be, this is the way to get all the Liverpool fans on sides. So we'll see if Isak starts, um, and whether he puts in the performance that we know he can. Also, Ekatike. What does this mean for Ekatike? Because I think that guy's such a phenomenal player. And will he just be riding the bench from now? Or will he be able to squeeze himself in on that left flank? But Cody Gakpo has signed a new deal, and it seems like Gakpo has cemented that place. So these are good problems for Liverpool to have, but I do think it's a bit. Ekitike must deep down be a little bit frustrated, knowing his capabilities, knowing that he started the season well and just straight to the bench. But he has to be because Isak is the Premier League record signing of all time. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but Liverpool do have that depth, and they are coming off the Liverpool. They've won every single game this season in the dying embers of the game. Last minute goals, last minute winners. Teams are coming back and they're still winning, and it's that's how Liverpool are moving right now. And honestly, I'm smiling, but it sickens me. Like I really seeing us being so low right now, United and Liverpool flying high, winning the league last season and reinforcing the way they have and attracting, being one of the most attractive propositions in the Premier League for players all around the world right now. It's dark, man. It's dark. I can't lie to you, but yeah, man. Let's see, and then we have to talk about him. We have to talk about him before Isak came. Before Isak was signed and made the Premier League record transfer, Liverpool had the Premier League record transfer before that. £160 million. Florian Wirtz. Where are you, bro? Where are you? Again, Everton, this is a great opportunity for you to show up. This is a great opportunity for you to show up. No doubt about it. Willie, everyone, will he show up? Because everyone's talking about, the eye test. People are saying, but on the eye test, he's all right. On the eye test, he's doing good things. I'm hearing that they're making new running stats just to Florian Wirtz, you need to do better. You need to, I know you pride yourself also on goals and assists. That's what you were doing at Leverkusen. You were their talisman. And listen, he needs to adapt to the physicality of this league and really stamp his mark because for that type of money, record transfers before the second biggest record transfer, he needs to show up. He needs to show up. So will Florian Wirtz announce himself to the Liverpool fans today in the Merseyside derby as well? We will find out. We will find out. Let's talk about Everton, man. They're currently sixth in the Premier League. They've got 7 points from 4 games. And listen, this obviously they got their striker, but the three behind, I think are going to be so key for Everton this season in where they end up. Grealish on the left, Dewsbury Hall in the middle, and Iliman and Dye there on the right. And honestly, they are some good players, and they seem to have Everton playing some good football. So can they cause an upset today? Can Grealish cause an upset today? We'll have to wait and see. But some terrific games, man. Let's see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe, people. Let me know what are my predictions for the games. Man United, Chelsea. Man United, Chelsea. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 2-1 United. More because I have to, because I really don't know. Liverpool, Everton. I think Liverpool win again. I think Liverpool win again. That Anfield atmosphere, and I believe it is at Anfield again today. Is that, yeah, yeah, I believe it is at Anfield. So yeah, I'm gonna say 3-1 to Liverpool. Let me know what your score predictions are down below. Like, comment, subscribe, people. Hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you, man. I'll see you after the games.